Hello guys, in this session we are studying about most famous concept in networking, socket programming. So in this session we learn about what are sockets, what are hosts, what are ports, some sockets modules, some servers methods, some client methods. Okay, let's start from what are sockets. So sockets are the combination of host and port. Now we have to understand about what is host and what is port. Okay, so host, host, the identifier of network interface. Okay, that means we are host. Port. So basically, ports are the communication inputs. Okay, let's understand port by this way. Let's take an example. Suppose a house. Suppose a house have two windows and a door. So to enter inside that house, there are three ways: two window, a door, and these two windows and door are port. Okay, so we have to start from the importing the socket module. Okay, syntax, we have to understand, basically we have to understand syntax for creating socket. So to create a socket, you must use socket function available in socket module, which has general syntax: socket, socket family, socket type, and protocol. Protocol is by default 0. Socket family. So it is either AF Unix or AF INT. Socket type, it is sock stream or sock DGRM. This one is for This one is for TCP connection, and this one is for UDP connection. And protocol defaulting to 0, as I have told you already. Okay, server socket meters. So okay, let's understand, let's see this first. Okay, for creating a server, we will create the server according to this figure. First we will import socket, then bind, then listen, then accept the connection, and then we will perform read or write operation, and then close the socket. Okay, let's see here. After importing a socket, we will bind, listen, and accept. Okay, and these are the server socket methods. So yes dot bind, socket dot bind, this method binds address. This method binds address. An address consists of host name and port number. Okay, then socket dot listen, then we will do listen. This method set up and start TCP listener. Okay, I will show you example here. Okay, this is example of simple server. So s dot listen. Okay, this set up and start TCP listener, and this 5 is a buffer size. That means number of devices in a network. Okay, then socket dot accept, this passively accept TCP client connection. Okay, it will accept connection from the client. Then okay, let's see the figure again. So first we'll import a socket, then bind, then listen, then accept, and then we'll perform read and write operation, and then close the server. So I have done it already. Here you can see I have imported a socket, create a socket, bind a socket, socket accept, and I have sent the command. That means I have performed write operation, and then I call the all the function in the main function, and I have, at last I have called the main function. Okay, we'll create this again. So I have a file server, empty file server on .py. Okay, in this session we are doing we are doing only these two function, creating a socket and binding a socket, and then in the upcoming session we will do accept and send command. Okay, okay, and we see this figure because this is very important, and I will provide this document in description. You can download it and check it out. So okay, let's start. Okay, first we'll import the socket model. Okay, I am using Visual Studio Code. So we will create the socket. So I'll make a function create a socket. Okay, then okay, we have here to create a socket we must use socket.socket function. So after importing the socket we have to do s equals to socket dot socket, and by default it is TCP connection, and we don't have to pass in parameter. Okay, let's make this global because we need this in different functions. Okay, so okay, let's do it by error handling. Simple tab tab create a socket. Okay, then we will define host. Leave it because you are host, no need to enter your IP address. Okay, port, you can give me any number. Okay, so we have to make it global because we need to access these from different function. global port. Okay, if any error occur, then it will store as message. Print will print here creation of socket error. Creating socket error. Okay, and we will concat this message with string. Okay, we are done with creating socket. Now what we will do, we will bind host and port. Depth binding. Okay, so again we will do error handling and global global layers, global global host, global global port. So to bind we will use bind function socket dot as dot bind uh, host comma port, and if any error occur except socket dot error printed as message, print binding error, and it will print a message plus str string will make a message string and concat it. Okay, so now what should we do? We have to listen the TCP. We have to set up and list the TCP listener. Okay, I will do this listening here, and number of buffer size I will keep 1. Okay, and again let's do by print bind binding. Okay, now we will define a main function, then we will call first we have to call socket, then bind, then listen. Okay, so first we have to call socket, so we have to call socket, then we have to call binding, and we have to call listening. I have done listening inside the binding, so whenever binding is called, listening also call. So after then we have to call the main function. Okay, yes, first we have import socket module, then we have define a function create socket, there we create a socket, and if any error occur then you will print the message, and then we have done binding, and if any error occur then it will print as message. Okay, after that def accp accept, and we have to send command def send command. Okay, we will do it in coming session. For okay, and yeah, this was for today.